What's up, traders? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option. And this is your look at the week ahead. We've got a lot. We're going to talk about the economic data. We're going to preview a couple of earnings. And we're going to look at the indexes. And I'm going to talk about the volatility index, which expires on Wednesday. So this will be a good one. Stick around. All right. So let's jump in. As I'm recording the S&P is about as flat as she could be. She was up about over 20 points at the high of the day on Monday and completely pulled back. Why? The NASDAQ 100. Stocks in the NASDAQ are taking it on the chin. Amazon is down over 1%. Apple is down almost 1%. There's weakness, a little bit of weakness in Google. Microsoft is down. Meta is mildly up, so you got that going for you. Tesla's down, so all these Mag 7 stocks are down. Even Nvidia, which I didn't think was possible, is flirted with down on the day. When you look at the move that Nvidia has made, it's been so strong, so fast that you have to wonder, like, how overextended can this thing get? It just has made a wild move over the last month. Since the beginning of the year, it's up almost 50%. That is incredible. So this one has earnings, not this week, but next week. We're going to be ready for this one because this might be, their earnings might signal a top for the NASDAQ. All right, so let's dig into what's going on with the S&P. Again, kind of dojiing, looks like it might be topping out. We have CPI in the morning on Tuesday. That is a huge deal. I want to go to the 525 straddle, and I'm going to tell you it's way too cheap. $34, $35. You can basically get a look from now through the end of the day on Tuesday, and that includes CPI and some other earnings and all kinds of other stuff. I think they're pricing this stuff too inexpensively. They've been doing it for the last week, and you can't just sit on it. In Trading Desk today, we put on a strangle that we put on the 535.60. That one is up nicely already because the S&P turned around. We had this nice jump over 5,000. We might get a revisit. Normally, that can happen. So don't be surprised if we do get a revisit this week, especially if CPI is hot. The market hates inflation more than anything. CPI outside of the Fed is the most important economic data. So this is huge. Watch it. Don't be selling options into this. They're too inexpensive, especially on the dailies. The Qs, they look like they look like they've run out of a little bit of steam as well. And the volatility index, this expires on Wednesday and is actually up with the market down. Not something normally we've actually been seeing the VIX kind of rally with the market up. But what I want you to be aware of is that we've seen the VIX really be firm this whole rally, which means vol is way up. So if we get a sell-off and vol keeps going up, we could get some downside momentum. This has been a very momentum-driven rally, and I think you have to look out for those momentum names. MGK has just completely outperformed every other piece of the index. All right, let's look at some earnings I'm watching. I've got two big ones. Applied Materials. It's had a really nice pop off those ARM earnings. They report on the 15th. You definitely want to keep an eye on that one. And then the other one is DraftKings. DraftKings reports after the close on the 15th. And I'm wondering if there's going to be some Super Bowl hangover with this one this week. So those are the two earnings that I think are probably the most important ones to kind of for this week that I'm going to be paying attention to. There are other ones out there. And then circling back to VIX, we've got this VIX expiration coming up. VIX is actually in partial backwardation ahead of CPI. So the volatility index is expecting something out of CPI. It's just financial markets are not properly pricing it. This CPI is a huge deal. And then the other piece I want to look at is what's been happening with the small caps. Because, yeah, the market's getting softer, the NASDAQ's getting softer. Small caps are finding a big bid, and so is MDY and RSP, which is the equal weight. It's now at a new all-time high. It finally broke out of its range. I think we're going to see we might not get a massive sell-off out of the total S&P, but we could see the Q sell-off, and we could see the MGK sell-off, and we could see some of the smaller names kind of pick up the slack. That's the way I think this week is setting up. AMAT is one in terms of earnings that I'm really, really excited about. If that one does pull back on earnings, I will be buying it. So that is one that I'm keeping a tight eye on as well. All right. So speaking of tight eye, you should keep tight eye on what's going on Thursday. Thursday night at 8 o'clock, I'm presenting how I'm going to invest using options in expensive names. How you're able to use options to leverage for investing and trading. And I can't wait to have you there. Everybody that attends live will get to attend a special class I'm teaching along with Andrew and Leisha next week on spreading. So register, join, and then come check it out because we're giving you this free class. You need to be there. All right, everybody. If you got questions about that, give my team a call, 888-872-3301, or email us, support@optionpit.com. If you're watching me on YouTube, please like and subscribe and leave a comment or a question, and I'll make sure to get to it. All right, everybody, have a great day and a great week. I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option, and I'll see you soon.